Elizabeth Palmer is in Paris. Liz, what is the atmosphere in the city like today?
Well, I'm standing right outside the club where the worst of the violence took place at the concert. And there are all kinds of people in the crowd here, lined up at the barrier, looking, trying to absorb what's really happened, and of course checking social media constantly to see what the authorities are saying, what the police can tell them about the bombers, and also what things are closed. For example, all cinemas, all film have been closed for tonight, and as you mentioned in the intro, main tourist attractions and great Paris landmarks are either ringed by the military or closed.
So, Liz, do officials have any sense when that high state of alert might end?
No, I think that they are working hard at the moment to figure out who the bombers were, and they are making progress. We have learned that one of them was a French national, an extremist who was already on police radar, and then secondly, one of the bombers was found to have two passports on his body, a Syrian one and an Egyptian one. Obviously, they need to build a picture of who was responsible, figure out how French intelligence didn't pick up on any of the chatter that this was in the offing, and I guess whatever the picture turns out to be will dictate how long the state of alert does remain in place. It's highly unusual, for example, for France to have reinstituted border controls, because theoretically people can move around Europe without any checks as they cross the border. Well, that's no longer the case. For the moment, France has got a ring fence around itself.
Yeah, and Liz, give us a sense on that. What does the border closure mean for getting into France? I mean, how unprecedented is this?
Well, it requires a lot of manpower, because they've got to put back, in effect, border stations on highways that have been official free for years now. So they've got people checking, and there are a lot of rows to check coming in from all the countries with border France. I can tell you, though, that when we came in this morning, very early this morning from England, there was no trouble. We did have to show our passports and so on, but we didn't feel unduly delayed. So I think France, on the one hand, is trying to keep travel and business as normal as possible. On the other hand, is absolutely essential that the French authorities figure out what has happened and how much danger the country may be in the days and weeks to come.
Liz, you mentioned that two passports were found on the bodies of one of the attackers. How much progress have you gotten a sense in just the last 12 hours or so? Have you gotten a sense of how much progress officials have made in identifying them?
We're not getting a lot. This is an intelligence-led operation. They're going to be very closed-mouthed, but we have been told that one of the bodies was identified because the fingerprints were already on file, and that the attacker was a French citizen who was already known to the police. He was on their radar for extremist views. We also have heard about this dual passport, the dual passports that were found on the body of the bomber. That's pretty good. You know, we're less than 24 hours after the attack. It's probable that the French know a lot more that we're not hearing about yet, but it's bound to turn into an international investigation. There was an arrest in Germany earlier today, and the Germans are saying that is linked. So in the days to come, probably a great network is going to come to light. At the moment, we just have just a hint here and there.
Right, a story that's still continuing to develop. Elizabeth Palmer in Paris for us. Liz, thank you.